Hey everybody, Professor Benelou with the third of the three videos going over Unit 2 discussion board. Today, or this video, I should say, we will be going over the women's rights movement, the Chicano rights movement, and finally the Black Power movement. The document you will be analyzing in the women's rights movement section, if that's what you choose to discuss, is the founding document for the National Organization of Women. Very important group. It was formed in 1966, still around today. And it was inspired by the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to fight for gender equality. Founding members of now include Dr. Pauline Murray and Betty Friedan, very important women. Murray was a Yale law professor and also a member of the President's Committee on the Status of Women. Friedan was very famous for her 1963 book, The Feminine Mystique. Feminist Mystique, very influential, very, very influential book. I honestly feel every woman should read The Feminine Mystique. Basically, Friedan had an ingenious idea. She surveyed women who had graduated from her alma mater, Smith College, and she discovered that women in general were not, happy housewives. That was a myth. Not every woman, stay-at-home woman, was a happy housewife. Friedan found that most of the housewives that she spoke to felt they were missing something, many yearning for a career. So she turned these findings into an incredible book called The Feminine Mystique. It's funny because, I'm a very active person, and I checked out Feminine Mystique from the library during a semester break. And I love to read before I go to bed, just for like a half hour to chill out. And I'm, sitting on my couch reading, and my husband's watching TV, and all of a sudden I went, I'm reading The Feminine Mystique. He goes, "What? What's going on?" And I said, "You're not going to believe this." And, one of the theories that she had in the book is women that do not work outside the home take longer with their housework than women that do. And I was on a semester break at the time. And, semester breaks are interesting for me because I'll be sitting there thinking, oh, it's Tuesday. Oh my gosh, I should be chatting with my students. Oh, I'm on a break. But anyway, so I looked at my husband and I went, oh my gosh, told him this theory of, that she had in the book that women that work outside the home take less time with their housework than women that don't work outside the home. So very, very, very interesting book. One of the flaws of her book is that it was geared towards white middle-class women. Okay. So that's the importance of the women's rights movement section. A little background information on that. A little background information on the Chicano rights movement and the background of the United Farm Workers. Cesar Chavez was the leader of this movement, and he was born in Arizona in 1927. He had a rough life and learned a lot about injustice. His father was swindled out of land from unscrupulous whites. His family had moved to California. Cesar was banned from speaking Spanish in school and really experienced prejudice. After completing the 8th grade, he became a migrant farm worker to support his family after his father was hurt in an accident. 1962, Chavez, along with Dolores Huerta, another very influential individual, formed the United Farm Workers organization. And basically, the purpose of this organization was to fight for the rights of migrant workers. Still around today, the United Farm Workers. Members of the United Farm Workers went on strike to protest treatment by California table grape growers and lettuce growers. 1968, Chavez engaged in a 25-day hunger strike, and during that strike, he was visited by Senator Robert F. Kennedy in a show of support. Many years later, when he engaged in another hunger strike, Kennedy's widow, Ethel Kennedy, would join him in support. So very, very moving moments, absolutely. Black Power. There was a split in the civil rights movement. There were those that wanted to continue to follow Dr. King on his path of passive resistance. And there was another group that said, you know what, we followed Dr. King's path for long enough. It really hasn't gotten us significant results. We need to be more aggressive to get rights, our equal rights. The Black Panthers were a huge part of the Black Power movement. It was a group formed in 1966 by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale. They fought for African American rights, particularly against police brutality. Okay, so that is my explanation of the last three topics that you can choose. Please don't hesitate to contact me with any questions that you might have and get working on this assignment. It's very important. And remember, I'm here for you. All right, have a good one, everybody.